No, and it's a lovely bank holiday Sunday morning down in the West End, and we're just doing our kind of monthly check-in on the food boxes and herb boxes down in the West End, sponsored by the clinic and the West End Business Association. So here's our quarantine gardener, Laura, and we've just chopped back the bulbs, which just gave a bit of colour for the spring, and we're delighted to find that we have marigolds which are reflowering from last summer. And where did you spot the marigold seedlings? There's some there and some over here, and lots of feverfew,
rocket,
and rocket. We've loads of more rocket seedlings over here. Here you go. And we're just going to leave them to sort themselves out. And as Laura says, as an experienced gardener, that because these have seeded locally under these conditions, they'll be perfectly adapted. And this kind of gardening, where you might have bald patches as you leave space for the seedlings to come through, it actually is very efficient in terms of not having plastic from new plants at the garden centre, and that way you can be a little bit more selective in what you choose. This is a rocket which has overwintered from last year, and I take that for my lunch when I'm in clinic, along with marigold flower petals to put on my salad, and it cheers me up. And of course we have the chives. And do you know, sometimes you forget to notice the most spectacular things of all, which is the beautiful flowers on the apple tree. And we planted, what, 5 or 6 in the West End 2 years ago? And 5 have survived beautifully like this. Now there was some damage to others, but sometimes it's important to see what is left intact, what's beautiful, what remains even after the human condition has done a little bit of damage, willfully or otherwise. So focusing on the positives is probably the thing that we get most from gardening, is it, Laura?
Yeah.
Yeah, she agrees with me. So today, what have we put in? We've put in chard.
Yep.
And
spinach, pak choi,
and pak choi,
courgette,
and a courgette. So this is my baby here, because I just love the way, I'm hoping it will cascade. And that's the other thing about gardening, is that you're predicting for the future while expecting nothing, and hoping for a good show. So we don't know if that's how it'll work out, and if you're local you can come down and check it out. And if you've got a bottle of water and it looks dry, feel free to pour some water in. We'll leave the primulas till next year. Sometimes it's important to know what to leave. We've taken the flowers, the faded flowers from the pansies, so we might get a few more. I've transplanted a little bit of vinca. This is the periwinkle family, and alkaloid extracts from plants in this family are used to treat cancer. But we're leaving them in here to remind us of that, but also because it gives, it's always fresh. It's a very nice ground cover. This is a miniature variety, and it gives a multi-seasonal little bit of a background, and flowers very early in the spring. And as a bonus, you can put the vinca flowers in your salad. So there you go. Feverfew is this lovely lime green, and it does get deeper as the year goes on, but it starts out like this. Lovely little daisy-like flowers, and this is the migraine plant. You can put a leaf of this into your sandwich. You wouldn't want much more because it really is very bitter. So that's great. Hope you're all enjoying your gardens and enjoying the spring, and looking forward to good times ahead.